So Skip, they were on alert what to say and how to say it around me because they always swore I was a troublemaker, just looking to cause trouble because that's what a lot of people.
Did you take them to task occasionally?
I would, Skip. I would just, there are certain things that I saw. I mean, it wasn't like race. They wouldn't, but they just knew. I think they knew, like, he's from the South. He's on a different vibe. So all that funny stuff. Be careful. Make sure you say a certain thing. All that, that black this and how you saying it. If you saying it, trying to say it in a derogatory way, trying to be slick with it, I just need to know. So, but for me, Skip, maybe I think there are two that I might have thought had some racism, like Ben said. They're not gonna come out and say it, not in the locker room. They would never say that. I mean, I've never heard the N-word uttered on the football field. I've never heard anything that would make me say, man, don't make me slap the, make me slap, Kurt, don't tell me, make me slap you in your mouth. I've never heard that, Skip. But Ben is right. There's subtle ways that they say certain things, and you might give a, well, I ain't mean it like that. But how the hell you mean it? So you have to be careful, Skip. But I've been very fortunate. I think for me is that being a black and fairly early on, Skip, I was even though I wasn't a leader per se, Skip, I've always had a voice. I've always voiced my opinion. And I was very strong, and I wasn't afraid to be the dissenting voice on something. And once I got to like year 4, I was like, okay, I got my identity. And it didn't matter. If I didn't see something, if I didn't think something was right. But Skip, I think what Ben is saying, we got to stop this notion, well, they don't carry the Confederate flag, or they're not a member of the KKK, or they don't say the N-word. It's sometimes it's subconscious bias, Skip, that I was having a conversation with a white lady, a friend of mine, and she was explaining, said, well, Shannon, I got this black friend, and, we've been friends for like 7 years. She's married. I was like, wait a minute. I've never heard you explain any of your white friends as being married. Why would you mention that? Is it black people not supposed to get married? Or they're not supposed to stay married? I say, see, subconsciously, you didn't even know you were doing it. I say, because you've never described any of your white friends to me in that manner. So, Skip, it's sometimes they don't even know it because they've done it so much. And they do it around people that they do it also, so you don't know. It's kind of like, Skip, growing up like I grew up. I didn't know that you were supposed to have indoor plumbing because everybody that I knew didn't have indoor plumbing. Yep. So that was normal. So when you're around someone and they talk exactly like you think it's normal. So that, I believe that's what Ben now, and like, I can't speak to Ben because like I said, Ben came in, I think my last year was Ben's first year. So he been in, and see now, Skip, you know what they're doing. Okay, he played in New England, he played in New Orleans, he played at Baltimore. They're trying to go back and trace who could he possibly be talking about? You know that's what they do, Skip. And people, the media in those locales, that's what they're trying to do. But he's right, it's hard for you. If a locker room is a microcosm of society, and there's racism in society, how did it not seep into the locker room?
Okay. So, for those who don't know Benjamin Watson, he grew up in Rock Hill, South Carolina. He originally went to Duke, transferred to school you know very well, University of Georgia, drafted late in the first round by Bill Belichick, in part because he scored the 3rd highest Wonderlic test on record to date, to that date. And again, the Wonderlic has become very controversial because so many quarterbacks, black or white quarterbacks, have scored so low, and it's like, well, can they handle it?
Yes.
Well, it doesn't really indicate your ability to process football information.
That is correct.
Yeah. So Ben Watson also, at 260 pounds, ran 4.5. So he had the whole package.
Oh, yeah.
And he did, with the help of Tom Brady, obviously, he won the Donovan McNabb Philadelphia Super Bowl. So he got a ring with Tom Brady. Then he went on to other stops around the league.
That was like his first year, wasn't it, Skip? That
second
was his
year,
second year?
I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. And then in 2015, Benjamin Watson wrote a book called Under Our Skin, Getting Real About Race and Getting Free from the Fears and Frustrations that Divide Us All. Okay. Love that. But I love even more, he's done many interviews, and I saw another interview that he did this morning in which he was talking about overt and covert racism in
Right,
the locker room.
right.
He said there's inward KKK kind of racism where it